the first video I ever. We're gonna be playing 7 days, and like I said, I do like it's first video, but kind of late. I'm on day 6, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what I did to a military base out here in the desert. So I'm walking on path, and yes, I am playing on creative. And so I'm walking in the desert, and I notice this base, right? So this military base, so where the entrances are, so I'm just gonna walk up. So right where these vault doors are here with the 3 torches and about 4 spotlights. Well, that one has 4 spotlights. That one doesn't. But basically, what I did here, so these used to be like massive entryways of like metal bars, like iron bar entry points. So what I did was I just like, well, I would say metal bars. I would say fences actually, like wire fences. And I broke off the wire fences in these entrances, and I actually redone them with reinforced concrete for the entrances. So now I'm going to go inside the base, and I'm going to show you what I've done. Oh, and then also on the entire exterior of the base, there's just this barbed wire sitting on the outside of the base. Just all up against the wall. So if we open this door here, I'm going to walk into the first area. So first area, I have the entrance here, and then I have 2 spotlights right here on this door facing out. And then, of course, these sandbags were already here whenever I came here. And I'm just going to give you guys a disclosure right now. This little green patch here, just sitting here in the military base, the damage of that was caused by a stick of TNT. Well, not just one stick. I put like 4 sticks down to destroy a command block, and it literally blown a massive hole in the ground right here, and it took like most of the sandbags off the front of this command tent here. So a little bit of a disclosure, that is like what happened here in this green spot. Was just a massive crater getting put in the ground. I didn't even think it was going to do that much damage, but this watchtower here. So I'm going to climb up, and so I put 3 ammunition boxes inside the watchtower, and then I placed spotlights on the watchtower, all facing in different directions, and so that way you can see, like, say if you were a sniper or something like that, or someone that scouts in the tower. Spotlights and see what comes up. And for those of you that don't know what 7 Days to Die is, I'm just going to give you guys a brief explanation of what it is. 7 Days to Die is a game, it's a survival game that you actually can try out your survival skills in a world that is completely overrun by zombies. And you can play this with a good few people. Like, you can have, like, see, like this, you can have this with pages of players. Like, pages of them. So that was what I did to the tower, and then the brief explanation of what 7 Days to Die was. And so this tent here, there's really just nothing in here. I don't care for this tent really, but I did put a spotlight on there that shines onto the entrance. So, okay, what the heck was that noise? Oh, hold on a second. Before we continue, clean up the base a little bit. So, on to the first building. So, in this military base, there is two buildings. I have this building, and then I have this building. And then there's just two tents here, the command tent, and then this little tiny little tent over here inside. I really don't care about. So, first we're going to take a look at this building. And for those of you watching that probably have been in the military before, I really hope that if any of you guys put in comments, um, really, I'm just hoping I scored as close to what this would look like in terms from a military standpoint. Um, and like what it was like for you guys over doing your basic and all that. So we're going to go in through this door, and I'm going to show you guys the first room of this building. There's 3 rooms. So if I open this room here, this is the barracks, which has beds, which I tried to make as close to bunk beds as possible. And then in between each of the bunk beds, there is an ammo box in between. And then I have the lockers down here at the end. And so I was like, okay, so if this is going to be a military base, then might as well build like a barracks or something like that. Something that could hold like a platoon of soldiers. And this is basically my take on making a barracks. And so now we're going to move on to the next room. So the next room, this is going to be the hospital area. And this is my take on a hospital area. And I have these TVs here because like they don't have heart monitors. So I put these TVs here to kind of resemble a heart monitor over the beds, and to kind of tell like the nurses or the doctors inside the base, like how are they doing in terms of their heartbeat and stuff like that, like say they got injured or something like that. And so this is my take on a med bay. And then the last room is actually, I would say I did kind of have a good take on this next room. But so the next room is what I would call the quartermaster area. So behind here are all these gun safes, which I don't think in terms of military, I don't think the military have a bunch of gun safes behind the quartermaster counter. I bet they probably like have gun shelves and stuff like that that you'd put guns on and stuff like that. But this basically, this would basically be where the quartermaster would stand, and then say, and I have this workbench right here, like I wanted to do a take on like what would happen if a soldier came up and the quartermaster said this gun's not clean, clean it. And so basically this workstation here is like, say the soldier had to go clean their gun, and this is like them cleaning their gun right here at this workstation. And I also put this heavy vault door right here. I don't think a quartermaster area would have a vault door sitting there, but I've never been in the military, so I don't really know myself. So, and so like I said, for those of you that are or were in the military and are watching this, um, please, if you do any comments, like either do some pointers or probably even talk about your experience if you'd like. And to our veterans that are watching this video or those that are serving now, thank you for your service to our country. As I actually go through this, and so this room here is actually the last room of this building, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to exit through this door. Alright, and so now the second building right here. And so this building only has 2 rooms. So here I did my best example of a dining hall. I did like my best to kind of replicate a dining hall here. And then, and so this room I have 4 tables in here with about 8 chairs. Like these big tables, I have 8 chairs around them. And then the small one over here is like 4 chairs, or medium one here, 4 chairs, and then I have a small one here with 2 chairs. And I'd say like the small one right here is like the drill sergeant sitting in front of one another talking about how the day's gonna go for the recruits, something like that. And so then I'm gonna go into this room here. I did my best to kind of make a perfect kind of military kind of kitchen, kinda. And so I placed this island here in the middle. I made the fridge here, made a stove. I even put cabinets up in here. And then that's my take on a dining hall and a kitchen. And that's my take here in this building. Okay, so now going out of here. Now, so this area here, the little camo net above this area, I intended to make this like a little vehicle storage area. Like in the game, they have these little bikes that they call mini bikes in here, and they're like small motorcycles. And I intended this to be like a storage area for the mini bikes, and to kind of make it look like a scouting vehicle sitting under the camo net or something like that. Also put spotlights up in here to kind of place some light. And so then it comes down to the last 3. The left entrance, the left scouting tower, and the command tent. So the command tent, this is my take on the command tent. Ammo box here, first aid here, 2 desks in here, an ammo box. I don't know why whenever I came here, this was sitting here, and then a gun safe with another ammo box sitting next to the commander's chair, and then a little bed sitting in here. I don't know if the commander would sleep in the command tent or not, but that was my take on the command tent. And then over here, the left entrance, I put 4 spotlights facing out, heavy vault doors on this entrance and the right entrance. And then I have spotlights that face this entrance to ensure light is shined on those that enter unannounced. And then up here, final scouting tower. Basically, it's just like the other one. So I put 3 munitions boxes, and then I put about 5 spotlights in this tower. So this one is shined on the entrance. Um, this one shined towards the front. This one is shined there. That one shined about here. So this one, so these two just cover this corner, and then this one covers the wall, and even with the spread of the spotlight, even spreads into this one, making a constant row of light. And so that was my take on a military base that I decided, um, because I'm one of those that I really don't like having to build my own base in the game. So I will sometimes try to find pre-built stuff like this and then try to reuse that to be my base. And then of course, like around the sniper tower, already here was some sandbags, and even around the command tent there were sandbags. But like I said, um, like the few sandbags that went toward the entrance here actually were blown off by a large TNT explosion that I was doing to try to destroy a command block. In the disclosure. And so, yeah, so that was my take on a military base. So, like I said before, those of you that are watching this, if you're a veteran or you're serving now, thank you for your service to our country. And if you have any comments, like, um, I don't mind if I get a little bit of advice in terms of like how a real military base would look. Um, but that's basically it on my base. So I will be, I'll actually be recording another video at some point. Uh, I'm probably going to be trying to do a War Thunder video next. And I know I've been kind of late on my videos lately, but this is mainly what I do. Right now, anyway. War Thunder's kind of been making me mad in the past, so this is what I've been doing. Just sitting here making these bases and trying to build up bases from this. And then also some of you guys might be wondering what's up with all the torches sitting around. Well, before I discovered the spotlights, the torches were my first way of light through the base. And so I kind of used the torches a little exceedingly to make the lighting on the base a little bit. Then even put some torches up in the corners to put some light in the corners. Because if I'm correct, this game is kind of like Minecraft. Like mobs will spawn in shadow areas, in really dark shadowy areas. And so this was basically what I did for the first kind of light. And so it's like I said, this is my military base build, and those of you that have any suggestions or stuff, something like that, please put it in the comments. And like I say to all my viewers,